Earlier in the week, I asked everyone on my mailing group what their biggest pain points were and what questions they had about strength and conditioning. The response was great. In fact, I spent half of the next day sending a personal email to every one of those coaches who reached out. And the best part is I found out several coaches are having problems coming up with in-season training programs for their athletes and wanted more information about how to work with their athletes on weight training in season. So stick around, because in this video, I'm going to share with you what I've done in the past and have had success with, and also one thing that you can be doing in season that's going to make a huge difference. Hi, I'm Brian Reynolds from Thunder Sports and Fitness, where coaches come for practical strength and conditioning advice. Coach Robinson, a tennis coach from Maryland, writes, "Please talk about weight training in season versus out of season. How do you make adjustments to make sure athletes maintain peak performance and prevent injury?" Now, this is a loaded question that I could probably make a whole video series out of. But the most important factor that makes your in-season training very different from your out-of-season training is volume. So what I mean by volume is how many days per week are you weight training, and also how many sets and reps are you requiring your athletes to perform in any given workout. So your training volume out of season, whether it be off season or preseason, is typically going to be moderate to high. That means you have 3 to 4 days per week that you're working out, 3 to 5 sets per exercise in the workout, and 25 to 30 total sets per workout. So a lot of training volume there. Also, a really big point here is that in the workout session, you're going to be targeting specific muscle groups or movements. For example, Monday might be leg day, Wednesday is pushing day or chest and triceps day, while Friday is your pulling day or back and biceps day, for example. When you transition in season, the scenario changes quite a bit. Now the volume is backed down, so it's now low to moderate. That means you only have 1 to 2 days per week in the weight room, 2 to 3 sets per exercise, 15 to 18 total sets per workout. And the workouts are now going to be full body. That means they incorporate all muscle groups and all movements. Again, you're just trying to give your athlete the right amount of stimulus to maintain what they've done. You're not trying to focus on specific muscle groups and try to make big improvements. So like I said, you shouldn't be looking to make huge improvements in season. You really just want to give your athletes enough to maintain what they've done and let them recover so that you can perform at your best, get the result you want out of your game or match, and prevent injury. And again, your workouts aren't going to be very long with a lot of sets that target specific muscle groups. You want to just focus on making them a little bit shorter in duration, a little bit less in volume, and also just a full body effort so that you're getting everything that they need. If you're not weight training in season, your athletes are going to lose everything. In fact, it only takes about 6 weeks of doing very little resistance training to lose about 50% of the gains that they've made in the off season or preseason. If you are weight training with your athletes in season, you may be missing out on a really big and important opportunity. I've heard a lot of coaches say in the past that we had a lot of injuries this season and our bench players just really couldn't come in and fill that role and pick up the slack of our starters. So if you have players on your team that don't get a lot of playing time, it's perfectly fine to keep them on a higher volume strength and conditioning program so that they're not falling even farther behind the players that are getting more playing time. Now, obviously, you need to adjust this week to week based on total playing time of each athlete, but this is a great way to continue to work on them in season and make sure that they're 100% ready to fill that role and be productive in that role if necessary. If you want to dig a little bit deeper into this topic, click on this link at the top of the screen and I'll take you over to another video where I'm going to show you exactly how I would set up a 2-day-a-week in-season training program for an athlete. If you're satisfied already and don't need any more information and you liked this video, please share it with a coach or a colleague that you feel may benefit from this information. You'll be helping them out a lot. You'll also be helping me out. If you're seeing me for the first time and you're new to Thunder Sports and Fitness, signing up for my mailing list is free and is very easy. Just go to the top here, click on that sidebar. You can go right over to my homepage and opt in with a form right on my homepage. I send out strength and conditioning, advice, tools, and tips just like this every week to coaches just like you all over the country. And if you're in charge of your team's strength and conditioning, I want to make sure that you get on my mailing list so that you don't miss out. Lastly, if you happen to miss that email that I sent out earlier in this week asking for your feedback and questions, it's not too late. You can still go ahead and email me whenever you want to with questions and concerns, and I guarantee that I'm going to give you an answer to your question and respond as quickly as possible. And again, if you want to see how I would set up a 2-day-a-week in-season training plan, all you have to do is go right over to here, click on that link, and check out that next video.